Hello everyone, this is the fourth video of chapter 1, multiplying visually. In this lesson, we'll be using different method than what you normally perform with multiplication. And we will see how that could help you to multiply a little bit easier. And if it confuses you, then I guess we'll go back to what you normally use with. In activity 7, multiplying visually, you will try to visually represent numbers in other ways in order to make them easier to work with. So for example, if you were performing 14 by 32, what you normally did was 14 times 32, and then you multiply the numbers and then you add them at the end. If you want to multiply 14 by 32, first let's look at 14. Your first step has to be breaking down your ones and your tens digit, such as you will have 1 as your 10, so one line right here, and then your ones is 4, so you draw 4 lines on the bottom. The second number that you had was 32. If you want to draw the 32, then again you're going to separate 3 with a 2, where your 3 is your 10th digit. You're going to draw from top to bottom, so you will have 3 lines on the left, and then you will have your ones, which is 2, on the right side. When you are drawing like this, you'd realize they are intersecting at certain points. So then the third step, you'll be counting the numbers of times the line intersect at the 3 different vertical zones. So for example, you will have a zone right here, you have the second one, which is right here, and then you will have another one right here. Doesn't that look like a division sign, by the way? The reason we are going to calculate them separately is because the first circle, this will represent your hundreds digit, and then this is your tens, and this is your ones. So for example, if you're counting how many times that they're intersecting on the first circle, there are 3 dots that they could be intersected, so that becomes 300. The second dot is representing your tens, where you have 2 on here, and then you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 12 over here. You will need to add them together because you need to find a total. So 2 plus 12, you will get 14. So you have 140 because you have 14 tens. The last number is going to be on the right side, where you have 2, 4, 6, 8, the 8 intersections. At the end, all you have to do is just add them all. So remember, your first circle is representing 300. So you are having 300 plus you had, this is 10th digit, you have 140 plus you have the last number is just ones, so you have 8. The textbook is describing as when you're adding this, you're writing the number from the right side. So you write the 8 first. And then when you're writing this, the 10 has to add up to 100. So you will just write 4 right here, and then 3 plus 1, you will get 4. So your answer has to be 448, which should be the same as when you're adding in this way, you get 448. I know that this is your first time doing it, so if we perform a little bit more using other examples, and let's see if that might be helpful for you to multiply visually next time. Let's try using this method to follow for the following calculations. The first one is 32 times 21. In this case, you will multiply 30, that's 3, and then 2 right here. You have 21, so now I'm going to change my direction. So from this way, once, twice, that's 20, and then you will have 1. Okay, let me just draw a little bit more. Now you find where they're intersecting. So first there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes 600. And then you have your 10th digit. Remember, you have to add them all. So 1, 2, 3. That's 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 plus 4, I should get 7. The last one, I should have the ones digit. So this is, well, actually only 2. So remember that this is your hundredth, this is your tens, and this is your ones. When you write it, you will be writing 2 comes first, and then 7, and then 6. So this answer is 672. You can double check using your calculator, see if you still get 672. Another way was 600 plus your 70 plus 2, which is 672. The second problem, 11, which is 1, and then 1 on this side. The next one, okay, so I have to draw 8 times for the next one, so let me extend this a little bit more. You will have 18, so I have to draw this 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, so in here, one more time, let's calculate it. Though your 100th digit is right here. Now this could be a little bit confusing, and I can tell because it's kind of hard to tell which one's tens and which one's ones. So in here, if you draw the division circle, remember that 1 is right here, and then your tens will be right here, and then this will be your ones digit. Okay, so just to let you know, if I calculate it in here, it should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8. And then there's 1, so that makes 9 total. And by the way, that was 1. And then again on the bottom, you should also have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So this becomes 198. Let's try with the last one. So if I draw this 7 times first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 71, and then you have to draw 25. So 25 like this. Now you're just gonna count. Your 100th digit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 right here. That's 1400. And then you have, oh, this is, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 5 7 times. This should be 35. And then you have 2 right here. So 35 plus 2, I should get 37. That's 37 tens, by the way. And then the last one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5. You have 100 14 times, so that should be 1400. Plus you have 37 10 times, so that's 370 plus 5, which should be equal to 1775. In another way that the textbook described was you will be just writing from the right side. So you have 5, and then you write the 7 next, but then the 3 has to add up to hundreds. So 14 plus 3, so 4 plus 3, I guess 7, and then you write the 1. So 1775. Still, I have to get the same answer. So you will decide, was this easier? There were cases when they were easier to perform when if your numbers are small enough. So for example, what I meant by small is like when you were drawing 7 times or 8 times, it does take a little longer time. But if your number was something like 32 times 21, this is easier because you don't have to draw a lot of lines and you don't have to waste your time to count them. Then I might stick with this visual representation on multiplication. Hopefully this was helpful to understand. Again, I'm not trying to confuse you at all. So if this is harder to do, then just stick with what you already know and what you are already good with. I'm just showing you different method that you could have used. This is the end of the lesson. Thanks for learning with me. If you have any questions, please leave a comment.